Oh shit, it's Nazi zombies. Hello guys, my name is Nino and you're watching Play for Fun. Today we're going to take a look at Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. This is a standalone game, so you will not need the New Order in order to play it. And the story actually is before the New Order, so it kind of retells the original story of Wolfenstein 3D, where the whole objective is to escape the castle. BJ gets caught at the beginning, he's undercover, and then he tries to escape. Even the first menus of the game immediately give you this feeling of nostalgia, as the menus and the difficulty settings are set up just like Wolfenstein 3D was. And of course the retro feeling does not end here. Just as in the New Order, here you can also find these beds. When DJ lies down to sleep, he's going to dream about Wolfenstein 3D and actually get to play as himself from the past, or more like you get to play as that. And as you can see, while the sprites and everything is very low res, your weapons and your hands and everything is high res as always. These levels are optional and count as something of a bonus. If you like it, enjoy playing them. I personally did. The voice acting in this game is spot on, although in some cases we have some weird accents, like this person who's just lying drunk on the street. Now he's supposed to be a German. I happen to speak German and he does not sound very German, but perhaps he's supposed to be someone like Polish who's there, I don't know, but usually you'd expect him to speak proper German. Other than that, the soldiers and everyone else who is actually supposed to be German, they speak very well. I'd say they're probably mother tongues. They sound excellent. BJ as always sounds as cool as hell, and he shows his good sense of humor very often, which I really treasure. The plot of the game is quite simple, just as it was in the first one, although they added a few things to make it seem more interesting. Ultimately, BJ is going to start off being undercover and going into Castle Wolfenstein in order to steal an important document. And that mission is going to fail. He will be captured and will need to escape Castle Wolfenstein, but still retrieve the document we mentioned.
Jesus Christ, that's a big fucking dog.
So a small part of the first segment is going to involve BJ being stealthy and trying not to attract too much attention. I personally really like stealth gameplay, so I enjoyed this, although the stealth on its own is not quite as good, and if you play on higher difficulties, the guards will actually detect you much faster and react much quicker to you. The AI is very forgiving on lower difficulty settings, but as soon as it goes up a bit, they become relentless. They will hunt you down, flank you, and attack you from all corners. So if you play like an idiot, like I did here, you're going to die. Dying, however, is not much of a penalty. The game uses a very forgiving checkpoint system, which is going to usually spawn you right back at the entrance of the room. If you fall off a cliff, you appear right in front of that cliff. This makes the game a lot of fun and lowers the frustration a lot. The game, however, introduces a new mechanic. BJ can now climb walls. These walls are marked in a special way. They always look the same, and in some cases, if you can't find where to go, you usually have to look for a wall like that to climb. One of the things I really enjoyed was the game's good sense of humor. I'll just let you listen to this one.
This place is infested with Nazi pigs. You should be careful. Do not kill anyone unless you have to.
What's that? Kill as many Nazis as I can?
No, I said...
Can't hear you, Kessler. Lots of static.
The Old Blood uses the ID Tech 5 engine and looks gorgeous. The different levels will vary just enough for you not to get bored. You'll be going through cities, through bridges, through dungeons, through graveyards, so there won't be a moment where you'll think, man, I've seen that way too many times. If you've played the New Order, you know what you're in for. The gunplay is fabulous. And that's not a word I like to use very often, but it's really phenomenal. You're going to shoot and feel in control. The guns feel responsive. They have a certain oomph to them, so it's never going to feel like you're underpowered, or a powerful weapon feel like it just doesn't hit as hard as it should. It's just really excellent. The game breaks up the action with a few moments of peace. You'll be finding various documents and other letters that you can read, which will enable you to immerse yourself even deeper into the whole universe of the game. And then at other times it will put you undercover again, or for some other way slow you down, so just so you don't feel like you're into the constant action non-stop and get bored of it. This is mostly the advantage that enables you to just listen to the good voice acting, enjoy the story, and they create an even deeper universe. While the plot is not the strong part of the game, it still is something that is worth paying attention to. Later on in the game, you're going to meet my favorite type of enemy, the Nazi zombie. Now, the Nazi zombies can actually be used strategically, since they will actually attack also your enemies. So if you see a Nazi zombie, it's sometimes a good idea not to kill it and let it take care of your enemies. At this point of the game, you'll basically be facing all kinds of enemies, sometimes at once. And if you kill a normal living Nazi, there is a certain chance that he will actually transform into a zombie. BJ will also get to drive something of a mech, which cannot shoot, but BJ can shoot himself while driving with one hand. And this device will mainly be used for you to advance forward and maul through the hordes of enemies. The good thing about these segments is that they last just about the right time for you to not get too bored with them. At the end of the day, this is an awesome shooter. I had a lot of fun beating this game. It took me about 6 hours to do so, which is about the standard length of any game of this type. While I found the stealth to be lacking, and most of the times, although I love stealth, I chose not to go for it because it was kind of disappointing. It just didn't work out for me as well as I would like it to be. The gunplay was awesome. I felt in control of the battlefield. All the guns sounded and looked great. So if you enjoyed the New Order or like this type of games in general, this is going to be a game you definitely should buy. It feels like a full-fledged game. It doesn't feel like an add-on that they're just trying to cash in. With the 6 hours of gameplay, you're gonna have a lot of fun. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be really grateful if you liked, commented, and subscribed. I'll be seeing you guys on the next video, and until then, keep playing for fun. This is Nino signing out.